Hey everybody, this is Gangsta Ant, and it is Tuesday night, May 26th. So, here tonight, beautiful South Florida. Not many stars in the sky, but it's a nice night. It pretty much rained all day. It's been really rainy lately, but it's okay. So, today I wanted to talk about some psychological aspects that were running through my head lately. I've had some friends going through some hard times lately, and something that kind of disseminated and evolved from these conversations with them that I kind of wanted to discuss. So, you know, every day we fight two people. We fight ourselves and we fight ourselves. So, on one front, we're fighting ourselves in the sense that we want to resist doing the wrong things and we want to be the best people that we can. So that's a good thing. So we fight ourselves every day to try to self-improve, and that's a good thing. That's a hard thing as it is, to try to resist temptation, be a nice person, not do things that are unethical, immoral, unlawful, whatever. And that's the struggle that everybody goes through. That's just part of being human. But the other thing that I think is kind of laid by the wayside many times and very often is the fact that we struggle and fight against ourselves in the sense that we allow ourselves to feel bad at the hands of other people. In other words, we're not perfect, but the people around us who aren't perfect, that have done us harm, a lot of times when people do the wrong thing and it affects us, we tend to think, what did we do wrong? Because people who do wrong things against us seem to always want to make us feel guilty, like we did something, because they're embarrassed about what they did, or they don't want to face the truth that they were wrong, so they try to make us feel like we're guilty about doing something that they did. So the struggle here is not to allow yourself to take it internally to the point where you're always doubting yourself. And it's very difficult because human beings like a pat on the back. We like to have affirmation and confirmation that we're good people and that, we're talented and we're likable, we're worthwhile, and all that stuff. So my point is that when somebody puts you down and they try to blame you for stuff, it's very difficult to look at that in the right way and say, oh, it's all about them, it's not about me, I didn't do anything wrong. Even though we say that, there's always that little bit of thing in the back of our brains that wonder if we really did something wrong. Well, my point to this is pretty simple. To be able to discredit their blame to us, but at the same time be humble about it, is difficult because when we get upset at someone, we tend to sometimes get an attitude against other people who had nothing to do with that person's wrongdoing against us. But we do this out of self-defense to protect ourselves from being hurt. I do it, I'm sure you do it, everybody does it. And that's where the cycle gets passed on from generation to generation, from one relationship to the next relationship, and the cycle doesn't end. So I want to say this. If you find yourself feeling taken advantage of and not treated fairly, you're probably more on the right track than if you're angry at everybody. Because when you feel taken advantage of, it means that you're being heartful and you're being soulful and you're trying to put things in their proper perspective. But when you're angry all the time and you're always self-protecting, Yeah, you may never get hurt again, but you're never going to leave yourself open to a real relationship, whether it's friendship or, um, relationship with your family members or even a romantic relationship. So I'm trying to say is this: when someone is doing you wrong, kindly remove yourself from the presence of that person and put yourself in the presence of people who are supportive of you. And you'll find that you won't doubt yourself as much. So, if you're constantly allowing yourself to be abused by someone, whether it's physically, mentally, emotional, or whatever, you need to stop. You need to take yourself out of that situation as soon as you can and put yourself in the presence of people who care. And don't be hard on the next person. It's much harder to control our reactions to people's wrongdoing against us than it is to do the right thing, because it's up to you whether you do the right thing or not. But when it comes to people affecting you emotionally, it's very difficult not to take it in and process it like it's your fault. That's difficult. So I just want to bring that up and bring that into the forefront to give you guys something to talk about to yourself. You need to talk to yourself and remind yourself that it's not always about you. Sometimes it's about the other people trying to push the blame on you. But it doesn't mean you have to be mad or cocky or angry to the next person. Just try to put it in perspective. Be kind, but be firm. Set boundaries with people. Make them firm boundaries. Don't let people take advantage of you. But at the same time, leave yourself open to people who care. And I don't know, just something I've been thinking about lately that I wanted to share. And that's about it. So maybe not the most exciting post, but it's just something I wanted to say because I've been dealing with this issue lately with some friends. And if it helps you, great. If not, I'll try to come back the next time with something more stimulating for you guys. So have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. See you later.